So Kaylee Heckel, the freshman, has stepped right in, and that's a good sign for the Trojans. That's Von Oelhoffen with the 3-ball.
Yeah, the former Oregon State Beaver, now in her 5th season. USC has not shot the ball well from the 3-point line, and that is a real key for them to reach the kind of heights that they want.
Averaging 7 per game. You're right. They would love that number to be up even bigger. Out the glass and tough to go in. That was Grace Schmidt getting rejected. Rhea Marshall is quite a presence at 6'4" on the interior.
Number 3 all-time in block shots at USC. 6'4" and loves to defend.
Good spacing right now for USC. Area Finn inside, banks it up good. First points for her.
SWB audio capture not registered.
Get it inside to your All-American who gets a bucket in the paint.
5-0 start for USC for the Lancers. Juju Watkins spins around, shot up a little bit flat, weak side glass. Marshall thought she got fouled. Instead, Lancers gonna push. Nick Bosch-Duran gives it up. There's Emma Johansson, a new addition this year, the transfer. She's been good out of South Florida. And there's Grace Schmidt, the leading scorer. Lancers working it around, shot no good. USC missing the box out there. Good hustle by the nail.
SWB audio capture not registered.
With that height and the passing ability.
6 of the 9 points to Kiki Iriafen on the interior. Help D dropping down and needing some help. Finally getting it there. They work it around. The ball fake by Tua and a little too much. USC, the number 6 team in the nation, and they are led by Lindsay Gottlieb in her 4th season as the head coach for the Trojans. It was fun talking. Want to push the pace, as you can see them pushing their way up here. Yeah, Finn starts this one. Von Oelhoffen, the kick out to Heckel. That one just short.
I love the pass from Von Oelhoffen, though. She felt the double team with her back to the basket like a post-up player and got a wide open look.
Great ball fake. That was Schmidt, but it's swatted away. That's what you call good defensive rotation there, Elise.
I mean, Juju Watkins, number 1 in the Big Ten in.
Talking to Coach Gottlieb, Elise, she said, we're not looking past this team. They're very well coached. They've had a tough schedule so far in non-conference, even though they're coming in 0-8. They were picked 2nd. They won the WAC last year. They've been to the NCAA tournament now a season ago. And not looking past them. There's Iria Finn with the defense. Can it create more offense? Kick out there. That's Avery Howell, one of the talented freshmen this year, as cleaning things up inside.
Focus of handling the ball for so many years at Oregon State. Came in as a true freshman in COVID midway through that season out of Tijuana High School in the Tri-City Zone, the east side of Washington, and had a huge impact on that Oregon State.
SWB audio capture not registered.
She would come in early, and wow, the experience that she gained in that circumstance really making a difference.
Well, and what's interesting is she had to make a choice of to be named a McDonald's All-American, playing in that game, have some fun, challenge it, and make some memories. And he said, you're playing like a WNBA team right now. There's so much talent out there. Enjoy the opportunity.
USC pushing tempo. Good hustle play by Malia Samuels. Another chance. How about another? As Rhea Marshall cleans it up on the weak side glass.
SWB audio capture not registered.
Really impressive. She's got 4 points.
I love that setup by Malia Samuels. The spark plug off the bench.
Plus gets the first.
Well, and for Juju, there's so many things that she does well, but perhaps right at the top is the ability to take contact, seek contact, get to the foul line. She makes more free throws than any other player in the Big Ten Conference. And so when your shot isn't there, or when you need to generate points, or you need to put pressure on the defense,
SWB audio capture not registered.
Foul trouble, Juju Watkins can do that.
And there's some defensive pressure, almost the takeaway. Plus gets the first.
Well, and for Juju, there's so many things that she does well, but perhaps right at the top is the ability to take contact, seek contact, get to the foul line. She makes more free throws than any other player in the Big Ten Conference. And so when your shot isn't there, or when you need to generate points, or you need to put pressure on the defense,
SWB audio capture not registered.
Foul trouble, Juju Watkins can do that.
And there's some defensive pressure, almost the takeaway. The block shots. This is a USC team that is third in the nation as this first quarter is winding down. And Bob Hohenhofen was wide open. And she's going to get called for the travel.
You can see the frustration as she had an open look. Clock winding down here to end the first quarter. Wanted to make a play, but shuffled the feet.
7 blocks for USC. No foul calls against them.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Remaining. Lancers will get one more chance.
You can throw it up at the rim, and then USC is going to grab it and get off to the races. Sometimes it's better to just take the shot clock violation and set your defense up. I know it seems counterintuitive, but they did not hoist up a last-second shot from long range, and the odds are with them in that.
Yep, I'll get you on that. How about 9 assists on 10 made field goals for USC? And there's some shot blocking back at you, says the Lancers. That's Cece Legaspi who's checked in. And it's still a new system for both of these players.
Well, and I think the thing when you're looking at this USC team as they start to gel and figure each other out and where each other likes to get the basketball and the screen angles and when to clear out, there's so many things that you have to learn that you can only learn by playing with your teammates. And so that part of it, they just have to really, I think, focus as another 3 straight shot clock violations. This USC defense has come to play, and they're
fancy. Grad transfer from Oregon State. Really loved talking with her. How about this?
A little Hollywood action. I like it. Take it behind the back. A big 1-2, just didn't get the shot to fall.
Just always in love. I loved watching her game. Foul on Bosch Duran. That shot short for Watkins, and now Lancers out running. Bosch Duran.
Credit, that was all her, getting in there, mixing it up, grabbing the defensive board, and there's no player in the nation faster end-to-end with the ball in their hands than Juju.
2 on the inside, gives it up to Schmidt. She gets fouled.
I mean, the speed and ability to explode. Here's Juju. Look at where she is in relation to Schmidt, and she just flies by her. And it's not that Schmidt isn't speedy. It's that Juju is that fast. And then when she gets into Chukwu, the freshman on the floor, got it by her. Oh, watch out. Back-to-back 3 balls for Juju Watkins. She can get hot in a hurry. We've seen this show before.
Well, USC, you said it, they've been wanting to get more behind the 3-point arc, and hopefully if they can continue shooting it like this, they'd love to take this up to Eugene against the Oregon Ducks. Speaking of threes, that one will go. Emma Johansson.
Open from deep. She's taking her time, measuring it up, knocking it down, and now watch out because she's already got 16 points and 4 made threes.
Trying to stay with her. That was Tua, but the foul's going to go against her. She ran into Juju on that one. First personal for her, and 3rd on the team. Juju with 16 points. CBU with 16 points, Elise.
And you just have to remember that an attempt to make a play on the ball if you're on defense, or contact designed to make a play on the ball. So this right here, I think, is just a basketball play. She's just putting her arm up to try to catch that ball.
Yeah.
I don't think that this would be something. She doesn't extend it there.
Yeah.
And she's in the act of catching the basketball. Now, the referees have to make sure that they are keeping this safe.
Samuels is going to go to the free throw line. Sophomore from Seattle, Washington.
Shot clock winding down. The point guard Samuels getting into the lane, drawing the contact, heading to the foul line. A sophomore who has seen increased minutes this year. The crowded backcourt a year ago, but one of their better on-ball defenders.
And coming up on the All-State halftime show, we're going to take
it to her cutter and to seeing what's happening and getting in there to draw a foul. This is great hustle from Schmidt.
some pride for this California Baptist team, a team that, again, has had a lot of success, and they're not going to just lay down. They've got a couple of injured players, some key pieces missing, but they are still a team that's not given up on this year just yet.
Well, as we've mentioned, in the NCAA tournament a year ago. And for Schmidt, she's had some big moments already this season.
Going to be called to stop the fast break. With the active hands for USC. Avery Howell was there, trying to get out on the break. She and Von Oelhoffen. And so Howell's going to go to the stripe, the freshman from Boise, Idaho. And an alternate for the Canadian Olympic team this past year, two-time Gatorade player. She's one of those McDonald's All-Americans. Qualifying for Canada's Olympic. Largest lead of the game for USC.
Did a lot of firsts last year. The first #1 seed since the days of Cheryl Miller. The first Elite 8 since the days of Lisa Leslie and Tina Thompson. So there was a lot of firsts last year. But they also lost a lot. 3 starters from that team. And so this is a brand new team. And obviously Juju Watkins is the center of everything. And you added talent, but they have to learn to work with one another. And where
of 6, she has 11 points. As an offensive foul is going to get called on Tua. A little too physical, and taking the contact was Heckel.
Just trying to make sure to slide over the top of the screen. Hard to tell on that angle. Tua must have extended the arm.
Tripped her up and gives it back to USC. On Johansson, that one won't go, but Iria Fenn trying to clean it up. Marshall says, let me at it. The reverse is good. Another rebound to score. 6 points for Marshall.
And I also think if you're a shooter like Juju, it gives you so much confidence to know you've got 2 rebounders inside that if you miss, they've got your back.
Yep, they had it right there. The green light, Marshall, another block. Into the hands, though. How about an and one? Grace Schmidt, the junior leading scorer for
kickouts. And it's going to be a tough, it's a tough guard for anybody in the nation when you've got 2 rebounders, like Rhea Marshall and Kiki Iriafen, and then you can have spot-up shooters like Talia Von Oelhoffen and Juju Watkins.
Yep.
That's a tough formula to crack. You just have got to box out or you're going to get hurt.
Big spacing for USC, and now working it inside to Marshall. Squares it up, gets it. Rhea Marshall, not much you can do when she gets that close. She's got 8 points.
A career high for Juju, and that play is going to be open. The defense dropping in coverage when Rhea Marshall set the screen, and Juju too quick of a release from deep.
8-0 run for USC. That's 3 shots in a row. Screen, weaving away around Fiel. We'll kick it outside. Scooping it up. Nice move by Tua. A little hesitation gets her open. She's got
and slash and get to the paint. Almost any possession, no matter who's guarding her. But that 3-point shot, if that goes, it's just good luck.
Well, they've been wanting it to. Von Oelhoffen reading the D there, stepped in, gets it to go. They've been wanting that to happen, and you said it coming into this one. Juju shooting 25% behind the arc. And Lindsay Gottlieb said it. She said, hey, those numbers, it's going to go up. You know, she finished last year at 32% behind the 3-point line. And you just know it's going to keep getting better. You still want
this break, and then is the start.
Juju. The and one for Watkins.
I mean, now she's getting into the lane. The defense going over the top of the screen, so she gets to her spot right here before the weak side defense can get in her face. She rises up. That mid-range game for Juju is deadly.
26 points, trying to add to it.
The old children's book, The Gingerbread Boy, would say, catch me if you can.
Yes, I do remember that.
And that is Juju in transition.
I haven't thought about it in a long time, but I like the analogy.
Catch me if you can. And that's what you think with Juju. When she gets the ball in her hands and she's got space in front of her, she is... when you talk about somebody that can put their foot on the brakes and explode and just get 10 feet further than anybody, the length of the floor, it's... If you haven't seen Juju...
USC. One rebound, Watkins. Can she get to midcourt shot? She's trying. And just lost it.
In the Big Ten Conference this season.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
34 in the net rankings. So You're talking about how many teams are going to potentially make the
Oh, my
NCAA
goodness.
tournament from the Big Ten.
When conference play starts, it's going to be ridiculous. And so Oregon receiving votes, Minnesota receiving votes. And this USC team is going to
Be back.
Yep.
All expectations. She had to have a surgical procedure done, and they expect her to be back. They don't know exactly when, as it's always tricky when you have to heal up after a surgical procedure. But
SWB audio capture, not registered.
Impact player this season for SC.
BL tried to take it in against Akunwapo. A foul call. Or travel, excuse me, a travel on the night.
So Lindsay Gottlieb putting the starters out there along with Samuels and Gales. A new lineup to look at.
Watkins, she knew it.
SWB audio capture, not registered.
She knew that one was going through.
A new career high from deep for Juju. 7 made threes. Incredible.
She started every single game. But Coach Gottlieb's saying, I really think she's made the biggest jump. She's really got this savvy game going. Watkins squares it up, wide open. 36.
9 made threes. 9 for Juju Watkins.
SWB audio capture.
Game. Wow, she's on fire out behind the arc.
I mean, a USC record tonight. 9 made threes, but it's the efficiency. 9 of 11 new faces, 7 freshmen on your roster.
Yeah.
And to be willing to do that. And then you talk about going all the way on the other side from LA to Connecticut.
Yeah, to Connecticut.
To face Paige Beckers versus Juju in a
man.
rematch of last year's Elite Eight.
Yep.
I mean, that is, everybody has that circled already.
Gonna be so much
Coming
fun.
up on December 21st. But women's basketball, these coaches want the competition, and they
4 or 5 from the line for Watkins with 5 minutes remaining in the game. And CBU needs a bucket. 0 for their last 7. And trying to curl to the right, knock to the floor. That's Tua. 3 fouls now on Samuels. We'll take the timeout. Largest lead of the game for USC.
6 rebounds and 9 for 11 from the three-point line. She's done just about everything for this squad in this game. Maybe one more bucket.
SWB audio capture, not
And
registered.
also a stabilizing force, even though just a sophomore, young in age, but so experienced.
Swings it around. That one close to being a three-point play. Instead, free throws for Watkins.
It's just fun when you see her all around Los Angeles. Her family has been so big in the Los Angeles community. And you know, her great-grandfather, Ted Watkins, moved to Watts at age 13 and founded the Watts Labor Community Action Committee. We're talking about a family that has done so much in this area. And Juju took a chance on SC to come here, only in her second year, but what she was able to win last year and getting this team a Pac-12 turn blocks in the first quarter. And they have 11 total in this game. It has not just been an offensive effort for SC. They brought it on both ends.
Shot blocking, the defense has stood out to me, really. I mean, as much as their scoring's been impressive, I think the defense has created so many problems for the Lancers, but a much-needed 3-ball is good. Teams
Freshman
are coming
of
in,
Michigan.
right? Oh, so fun. But some new teams that maybe USC's never faced before. And those final 6 games, Illinois and Wisconsin, it'll be the first time that they'll ever face those teams in program history. They're going to go to IU. They're going to go to Iowa. They're going to play at Purdue and Wisconsin. That'll be the first time. I remember Lindsay Gottlieb at Media Day saying, I'm excited to go into Assembly Hall in Indiana. She said that's just kind of a historical venue. So a lot of news for these teams this year.
Well, and it's
Respond. She said, what I wanted to know was how will this team react to that loss? Because that's a loss that could probably help them later right? And so she said, you know, they had their opportunities even though they weren't playing well. They kind of let go of the rope. She goes, you can't let go of the rope, especially in Big Ten play.
Well, and I think there's no doubt in human nature that losses get the attention of a team much more than wins. And so when you take a loss in the early season, it gives the coaches a chance to teach and have players maybe listen a little bit